So, Spider-Man: Far From Home second trailer came out not too long ago. This will spoil Avengers Endgame if you haven't seen it, but if you haven't seen it, you probably won't see it.
Right, of
You
course.
probably don't care.
Yeah. Yes, Spider-Man: Far From Home. That title makes more sense now.
What is your impression of it?
I'm excited about the movie because, of course, it just talks about the aftermath of Endgame. One thing that I found very convenient is everyone who's the main character, who's important, they were snapped. So we just aren't gonna like Aunt May apparently was snapped, like that's been revealed. So they all come back the same age. Ned, his best friend, was snapped, so he comes back the same age. So it's like I think from these movies' perspectives going forward, they will reference the snap, but for the main characters, it won't affect day to day life because everyone in their life has been snapped. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Like they haven't had to move on, which I mean, good that we get to see everywhere we know and love. Um, but it's just really convenient. So I thought about that. Somebody's like in high school, like how is Ned still in high school and how is Spider-Man still in high school? Well, because they were all snaps. So some people have graduated, but they weren't important to the plot, so you don't know them. Uh, Mary Jane, I assume, was snapped because she's the same. So it's like convenient. But other than that, I'm really excited for it. Yeah.
well, I was always excited for it. I mean, I don't know about you. I
I'm
know you're
I'm more excited for it now. I wasn't at first.
okay. I know you're a Spider-Man hater and everything, but
I probably, yep.
Mysterio, I was, I was very interested to see like what type of dynamic because he initially in the first trailer looked like he was a superhero, and it looks like they build on that. He's from another Earth. The snap opened up different realities. Now there's a multiverse type of thing.
Which I'm super excited about. Just that line, like I need to see the movie now. Just knowing
Yeah,
that there's a multiverse, that's enough for me.
yeah. Another thing, Chiwetel Ejiofor, I forgot his name. I forgot his
Baron
character's name.
Mordo.
Yeah, Baron Moto. At the end of Doctor Strange, he says the bill comes due. So I feel like that kind of builds off of that. Including what Doctor Strange did with reversing time and
Yeah.
Avengers going back into time. This has opened up a lot of things that could actually go wrong.
Oh yeah. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Forgot who
Yeah.
said that. Famous person. Tell us in the comments. It makes sense, and I can see in Doctor Strange too that being elaborated on further because of the events of Endgame. Maybe he
Um,
wasn't snapped. Maybe Varian was the whole time building a code of people who were unsnapped, who weren't snapped, and now coming grips with this reverse snap. Can imagine it angers him greatly.
I kind of have two very different theories about Mysterio. Okay.
Okay.
Well, one is that those monsters that you see in the trailer, that like with the different elements, they are actually being controlled by him, and he's acting like a superhero.
Interesting concept.
And then there's another theory that I have.
Okay.
Um, Spider-Man, he's saying the world needs its next Iron Man,
Uh
and
huh.
then in the trailer, that next scene it shows Mysterio. Now, Jake Gyllenhaal is a great actor, and I feel like he probably wouldn't just sign on for just one movie. So maybe they completely changing this character and making him into an actual superhero, and he might be the next Iron Man. I mean, I know that's far fetched, but
I
anything can
was
happen.
with you. I think he will be the next Iron Man, like Syndrome was the next superhero in Incredibles. I think he will be, fighting the elementals or whatever, and it'll come out somehow he's a fraud, he's a bad guy in his universe, and then they take him down. Like I see them building him up, like or in Peter's mind to be the next Iron Man, and then him having this huge revelation about how Spider-Man is the next Iron Man, taking on that mantle of justice, and Mysterio must go, as he's a fraud. I think this will be very similar to Syndrome and Incredibles.
Okay.
Paints
Yeah,
himself as a hero, but is actually a bad guy.
yeah, I can see that fraud mentality because from what I remember from my cartoons, he's like I guess a magician, somebody who masquerades as something that he's not. But I'm just so interested to see where they go with this. I mean, I hope they don't kill him. I want him to kind of
But
stick
you
around.
know what? Just hearing about other movies that are being casted, right? The Eternals, with Angelina Jolie and all the other people. I think Marvel's at a place where they can just get A-list actors now and keep them for one movie. They just want one, like the Ancient One. I mean, one movie with a few side gigs. I mean, she's a great actress. Um,
You're just in love with the Angel One. I mean, come on, just
I
stop with the
love
love
that
affair.
actress. I just and the way
What did
they
she do
played
so
the role,
special?
she just played it so well. I don't know how to describe it. It was just organic. I felt it. She didn't have to try that hard, and it just made sense. The fact that she had a British accent and the Ancient One's Asian, yes, it did sell me.
That's not a good thing.
I know it's terrible. I don't know why, but that was the first example that popped in my head. You could argue the same for Terrence Howard. One movie.
Well, I think that's a negative, actually. I really can't imagine him being War Machine at this point.
Imagine Terrence Howard in Endgame. At Thanos, man. Tony was my partner.
It just doesn't work.
Hey, yo, Hulk. I need you to Hulk out, man.
Terrence Howard, it's a good thing they got rid of him.
Oh my gosh. Terrence Howard. I told you next time, baby.
Next time, baby.
They just moved on without like saying anything. Just moved on to
Without
the next
saying
person.
a word. Not even a joke. They didn't even joke about it. Like it just didn't happen.
They did the same thing with Hulk too, but it wasn't
that
as
was
big
different.
of a change.
That was different. Technically, that wasn't in the MCU yet.
But Iron Man showed up at the end of it.
He did show up at the end. You're right. So okay, yeah. It was the beginning.
But the Terrence Howard, I mean, that it just makes more of a difference, I think.
Vision, why you shot me, man? Oh.
I just can't imagine him at this point. Lately, for me, I think villains have been really doing well for Marvel.
I'd agree.
I mean, DC.
DC is struggling. Maybe they need Terrence Howard. Maybe that's what they need. They are struggling.
What would you cast him as?
Batman.
Batman?
I'm Batman,
No.
man.
No.
Maybe that's who Terrence can play. The Joker.
No.
Hey, Batman. Why chicken cross the road?
Bang.
Boom,
Boom, boom, boom. No. Bang, 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 bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
That was so dumb.
It's a classic.
Empire classic.
Empire classic.
Where were we? How does the multiverse affect the future of the MCU?
The possibilities are endless. We could even go back and have movies about other, so Captain America, right? Him staying in the past created a different reality that he lived, right? So we could even see that movie, his life with Peggy, right? We could see a reality where Black Panther is the one to make the final snap and dies, and how that affects Wakanda. I mean, there's just so many. You could just change anything you wanted. We can see now the X-Men don't have to just join the Avengers. We can see a reality where the X-Men are the Avengers, right? Which I guess you could argue that's the easiest way for them to do that, is just say the X-Men in another reality.